with 2 gunshot salutes. Mr. Ba told them that he is confident that the United Front Alliance will win the elections. Honorable Sidya Jata of NAD called on all to support them, saying the party belongs to all Gambians. He said elections is a time for rulers to be accounted for their achievements and shortcomings, hence call on all to come out and vote. In his speech, Village Party Chairman Seydou Anne assured the coalition that the whole of his community is behind Ahmad Ba. From Janjambure in Central River Region, this is Mr. Vambai reporting.
The United Democratic Party standard bearer has been telling supporters that youth and women empowerment will top the agenda of a UDP administration. Usainu N.K. Dabo was speaking to the UDP faithful during meetings in the villages of Nyani Sukuta, Jarumekoto and others. GRTS's Modu Jallo is embedded with the UDP campaign caravan and he now reports.
United Democratic Party campaign caravan Thursday held mass political rallies in Nyani Sukuta, Jarumekoto and Same Surwakunda. For the UDP leader and his party, the visit to Nyani and Same was a homecoming. At Nyani Sukuta, supporters renewed their unflinching loyalty to the UDP party, describing Dabo as one of their own. The local party chairman reassured the UDP leader that they will always stand by him, demanding that they are as resolute as ever. The UDP leader thanked the people of Sukuta and Nyani for the welcome accorded him and his delegation. He again repeated his stance that the election is not a personal contest between him and his opponents, but a race that will decide the country's future and save it from what he called imminent collapse. The leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, lawyer Mai Ahmad Fati, told the crowd that his party and the UDP share similar ideals, united by the desire to redeem the country. He insisted that a vote for Dabo means a vote for freedom and salvation, saying only the people can change their situation. Alhaji Usman Dahaba, the UDP constituency chairman, told the people that their support must translate into votes if they want to effect any meaningful change. Dudu Kasa Jara told supporters that they should emulate the people of Combo, who are now resolved to vote out the APRC from power. He urged them to take a firm stance and turn out in their numbers to ensure a 90% victory for Dabo. Jara said the people of Nyani and Sami to stand firmly behind Dabo, saying he is your own son. Mohamed Fadi of the Gambia Moral Congress called on the youth to embrace what he called the Vote for Change campaign, saying a UDP government will prioritize youth employment. From Jarumekoto, the campaign caravan drove to Shanghai, then Same, where the UDP got a rousing welcome from the villagers. The caravan was escorted by jubilant supporters from the village outskirts to the main square in Same Surakunda and his grade, singing and dancing. After the crowd had settled, party leaders took turns to address the supporters. The constituency chairman reassured the UDP leader that the 3 villages of Pachonki, Saruakunda, and Madina have consistently voted for the UDP and come November 24th will give their vote to Dabo. Single Nyasi, the National Organizing Secretary of the UDP, said since the 3 villages adopted him as honorary father 3 months back, much has improved in numbers as manifest in this turnout. He urged them to keep the momentum and remain the vanguard of the UDP party. Alhaji Janko Fadi and Moro Sise called on the people of Same to vote for Dabo as they had voted for their National Assembly member. They described Dabo as the best candidate who can effectively captain the ship of state when they have been fooled long enough by the ruling party. Mai Ahmad Fadi, leader of the Gambia Moral Congress, said he was pleased by the light turnout of the youth and said that this is evidence enough that victory is at hand. The Gambia, he continued, will turn a new page come election day, promising that he will lead the victory march to State House to install Dabo as president. He again pledged his unwavering support and commitment to Dabo, saying the other candidates lacked direction and the character to lead the nation. He reminded them that voting occurs only once in every 5 years, and their vote empowers leaders. Therefore, if any elected leader is consumed with pride and personalizes your power, vote him out, Party said amid thunderous clapping. Our Suzodin, a women's party chairman in Same, promised the UDP leader all the women's vote, saying her couple has increased from 25 to 150 women. The UDP leader spoke last at the meeting and thanked the people of Sane for their support. He said the day of recognizing Sane arrived, and it is for Gambians to pass the final judgment. History, that was said, will judge Gambians harshly if they fail to take the last opportunity available to effect change. The UDP leader promised to establish a youth development fund that will provide credit facilities to youth to establish sustainable economic ventures. He particularly thanked the local women's mobilizer for her activism, urging the people to overcome their fear and vote for the UDP. Dabo concluded by saying that the voting system is secret, reliable, and capable of bringing change. He also hailed the UDP fans club for their consistent and unwavering support, urging them to spearhead the campaign for victory. Campaign caravan later drove to Bansang final stop, where they will hold a meeting proceeding to Numuel for Friday prayers. Omar Jalo, reporting from Bansang for GRT.
A delegation comprising officials from Gulf Energia on Friday paid a courtesy call on the Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs at State House. Officials of the energy firm said the meeting availed them the opportunity to update Her Excellency Aja Dr. Aissatou Njie Saidi on the status of Gulf Energia's projects in the country. Aissatou Mane reports Dr. Njie Saidi also received a campaign donation of 1,700 T-shirts from the Ministry of Petroleum.
Closed-door session with the Gambia's number 2, Paulo Lopez, told waiting journalists about their meeting with Dr. Njie Saidi, which, according to him, centered on their business interest in the country.
We took this opportunity since we had a board meeting, and for a long time ago, it is the first time we meet all the members of the directors of the board. We took the opportunity to pay a courtesy call to Your Excellency, the Vice President, and we discussed a few things about our business, our plans of investment, what we did so far, our happiness to be in the Gambia, basically.
The top Gulf official explained about their desire to further invest in the Gambia early next year.
We made so far a big investment of about $300 million, and we are planning to develop the LPG, the well-known cooking gas. We started a few months ago, but we still have plans to develop our that business. Basically, what the purposes of our meeting here with the Vice President.
Next to meet Aja Dr. Aissatou Njie Saidi were officials from the Ministry of Petroleum and Gambia National Petroleum Company, who presented nearly 2,000 T-shirts as their contribution towards the campaign cost of the APRC.
The Gambia National Petroleum actually came up with the donation, 1,700 T-shirts. Already we have sent 1,000 to CRL. The Deputy Minister are going with that. So we get 700 here to Her Excellency. This is a small contribution towards the forthcoming elections. And we all thought that, well, we all pray that the peace and tranquility continues and the government continues, and we all are in full support of His Excellency the President.
The Minister of Basic and Secondary Education was quick to commend the donors for the gesture, describing it as a sure sign of love and support to the President.
This goes to show the love that people have of our President. And I think this donation has come in very, at the right time. And it will definitely fill some of the gap in terms of the amounts of T-shirts that we want for the campaign.
The Vice President and Minister of Women's Affairs was economical in words, but thanked the donors for the donation, saying it is significant, for it shows how much President Jammeh is loved and respected by all. Madam Njie Saidi assured the company of government's commitment to providing the enabling environment for businesses to operate in the country.
We want to thank you on behalf of the APRC government. It's as a result of this government and its leadership that today we have the sort of services we are just talking about. In every sector of development you look at, not just petroleum or energy or other services, but any other service. I mean, it's because of the vision that the President has, because of his leadership, because of the quality of the leadership, and because of what big Gambians are beginning to enjoy in the area of development. So who can you give back better to than His Excellency the President and his government? Because there's a brighter future for energy, there's a brighter future for petroleum, and indeed for all other sectors, if he leads. And that's why you are concerned, and that's why you're interested, and that's why you want to contribute.
As donations continue pouring in to aid APRC in its campaign, Dr. Njie Saidi used the opportunity to thank the donors for the generosity and support shown to President Jammeh and his government. For GRTS News, I am Aissatou Mane.
The Ministry of the Interior is urging all political parties and the general public to exercise their freedom of expression and voting rights in a peaceful manner and within the confines of the laws of the Gambia. A news release from the said ministry is warning against tribal utterances, abusive language and statements that incite division.